Okay, so now we're going to talk about maps. It's our Studies Weekly, third quarter, week 13. So I will read this with you. You can follow along. Maps tell people where places are located and how to get there, but some maps do much more. Maps can tell us about the earth, the height of the mountains, and the depth of the oceans. Maps can tell us about people, where they live, and how they change their communities. Okay, on the inside, a map key explains the symbols on a map. Legend is another name for a map key. Many maps have coordinates. Coordinates are numbers or letters, or both, along the margins of a map. Coordinates help you find places on a map. So you'll have letters and numbers and be able to find things on a map using those. These are map symbols. A picnic table shows where a picnic area is located. A tent stands for a campground. Capital cities are marked with a star and a circle. The symbol that has a number in it is signed for a U.S. highway. So a lot of maps have these, especially road maps are going to have a key like this or a legend, and they have these little symbols and what they mean, so you can find things like here's a campground, or campground, or a some fishing right in the pond. You can go fishing there. That means it's allowed to have fishing there. One way to describe where a place is located is by saying it is close to a familiar place. For example, you might say that the library is across the street from the park. When you describe the location of a place this way, you are giving the relative location. Just like you have a relative, aunts and uncles that are close to you, right? Relative location is something that's located close to you. So if I were to describe where Beaver County Christian School High School is, I might say, well, it's in College Hill near the park, or Sheets, or the ball field, to give people an idea of where the school is. Okay, let's go up here. Distance is how far it is from one place to another. You can tell the distance on a map by looking at the scale. A scale uses inches to stand for miles. On this scale, 1 inch equals 1 mile. So you will see this because everything on the map has to be so much smaller than it actually is. A mile can't really be a mile. So some maps maybe use an inch to represent a mile, or a centimeter to represent a mile. Whatever they need to do to make it fit on a map. So maybe if you have a map at home, a road map or an atlas, and you could look with your an adult, a parent, or somebody, and take a look at a map and look for these different features. Going over here, okay? You have probably heard of north, south, east, and west. There are other directions in between those directions. For example, northeast is between north and east. Southwest is between south and west. And you always say north or south first. You never say east-south or east-north. It's north-south. Northeast or southeast. Northwest or southwest. So that's what's in between the four big ones, okay? North, south, east, west. And this is called a compass rose. All right, down below here, there are many different types of maps. A physical map shows things like mountains and bodies of water. So that would be like this one. A political map shows boundaries. Boundaries are dividing lines between places. So this would be a political. It shows where each state is, their boundaries. A theme map shows special things like the regions of a place or how many people live there. This one is the annual average max temperature. And then you can see the color coding is like a key or a legend to tell you what each color means. So if you are in the orange, you're between 80 and 90 degrees. You average between 80 and 90 degrees all year. Okay, we're up here in this bit here with the yellow in Pennsylvania, right there. And that is averages, light yellow, between 60 and 70 degrees. Which is about right. Now on the very back, go ahead and write your name and then do the word search. The words you're looking for are distance, capital, symbol, keys, location, legend, and map. And I'm going to go ahead and do that and show you where they're at. But I want you to pause me, go ahead and try to find them all, and then check your work with my work. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 words. Okay. Here we go. So here's where they all are. Capital, distance, keys, location, maps, and legend. And over here is symbol. Symbol. All right. Let's take a look at this question. This is how you can use the coordinates on a map to find a place. What city is located at B4 on this map? Put your finger on the letter B and slide your finger up the page until it lines up with the number 4. So you find B and slide it up till you get to the 4. And what is right there? Wichita, Kansas. So you go ahead and write Wichita, Kansas. So this is what you should have written. Capital W for Wichita, capital K for Kansas, and a comma in between. I started spelling something else. Okay, read the article on page 2 about relative location again. That's when something is close to something else and you kind of describe, well, this is near this, and that's trying to help somebody find something by giving them something that maybe they already know and then leading them to the location that you want. So how would you explain, I want you to explain how you could tell someone the relative location of your school. So BCCS, maybe you would say it's near the BCCS high school and the ball field. There's probably a better way to do that, but that might be something that people would know because we're kind of hidden back in that road there. It's a little bit harder, but almost easier to describe where the high school is because you have sheets, you have the park, you have a ball field. Okay, so the next thing I want you to do is going to be on the next video.